Hey, what's up, everyone? Welcome back to Lagged Out Podcast, episode 32.
Hey,
There's Joe. I am Adam, and there's Joe. This is the podcast where we give you jokes for free, so you can use them, and we don't charge you anything to use our jokes. So, what were you laughing at? Did I say something?
I was gonna complete your sentence for you because you were like, "This is the podcast where," and then you like pause for a second. I was gonna say where we're not sponsored by Oreos. Oreos, Milk's favorite cookie.
Exactly. We're not sponsored by Oreos.
But
we're not
like
sponsored
if
by
you guys
Bang.
want to if you want us to be sponsored by Oreos, get that sponsorship hype going. Make sure to tweet out at Oreo, be like, "Yo, hook up the Lagged Out crew guys with freaking sponsorship." That'd be dope. Thanks.
That would be dope. And I would love you guys forever if you guys did that for us. Then we would get diabetes, and it would be the best thing ever.
Nope.
But, yeah, you're right. But, yeah, what's up, everyone? I hope your week was good. I know in the last episode we said we would upload that on Thursday, but I decided to do it Monday. And we have finally decided after many... have you ever noticed that me and Joe are very indecisive? And we don't know. Because whenever I ask Joe if we want to go get something to eat, he's like, yeah, sure. And then I ask him where he wants to go, and he goes, I don't know. And so he never knows where to go. But we're going to...
the same goes if I ask you.
True, but we won't say that. Don't worry about that. But basically, we're going to just upload all our episodes. You can find it on Friday. Basically, I am going to schedule it to be in the morning, anywhere between 9:30 to 11 o'clock. I haven't decided that yet, but you'll find out this week because it'll be there. But if you haven't yet, okay, there you go. Make sure to follow us on Twitter at Lagged Out Show and follow us on YouTube. And you can find our podcast on iTunes now, and I'm working on Spotify. But without further ado, let's get into this week's episode. Joseph.
In the words of Philip DeFranco, let's just jump into it.
Exactly. Is that the dude you always watch with like the black hair?
Yes. But I haven't.
His thumbnails are always so I don't know. They're always just like, oh my gosh, you've got to watch this video. If you don't,
well, I mean, like YouTube.
If you don't pass it on to 10 people, then you're going to have bad luck for the next 10 years or something. That's basically what he says.
It's funny because he actually once he's done recording stuff, he'll record thumbnail poses and stuff, and then they just choose one of those.
That's hilarious.
But that's Philip DeFranco. He's like a news dude on YouTube, and I like him. I don't watch him when I do watch him, it's always in spurts. So I watch him for 2-3 weeks, maybe even a month straight, and then I'll just stop, and then several months later I'll pick it back up again. I don't know why. It's just I don't know.
Anyways,
I think it mostly depends on his content. Anyways, yeah.
Yeah, because usually,
his
usually I will see in my feed every day. I used to see it every day as a new Philip DeFranco video, and he's like, "Guess what PewDiePie said this time?" And that's really the title of his clickbait.
He said,
I
do.
Yeah, I know, right?
Because he got married.
But okay, so I have kind of a organized plan finally for our podcast and kind of what things we're gonna talk about. So I've split it up. Okay, so I'll just make sure to mute you. No, I'm just kidding. No, we're gonna do segments now. So we'll have around half the show. I hate you. Around half the show is just gonna be about a few gaming topics that are that we can talk about. That's not just a quick little thing, unless Joe just doesn't want to talk about it or something, which might be the case.
Right.
But then the other part will be more movie or entertainment related, and then the same thing though with the same subject of gaming. And then I have two new things that I want to add to the podcast. One is I want to do I have a few quick news that I just want to say every week on the podcast in gaming and or movies that if you didn't know, you can basically find out here on the podcast. Just some things that are quick little blurbs that we don't really need to talk about that much unless we want to.
Is the budget going to allow for this?
Yes, it will allow for this.
Did you speak with our producer?
I did.
Okay.
I spoke with myself.
Okay.
And then the last thing is, so we had done like Metacritic reviews and all that stuff, and we may do that again. But I have a thing that I would like to start doing, which is a little less, I guess, but it's like a gaming suggestion of the week or a movie suggestion, like, and that can range from like a game we think you should play because we've played it, or something that you didn't know that you could get on sale or something this week, or some sort of like thing that just would, yeah, something like that, like just something that could give you like some insight on something you might not have known about gaming or movie that might help you save money or just something in general. So I have those, but I'm going to wait to do that. But we'll start off by talking about gaming stuff, since that's what basically this podcast is about. So I wanted to ask you, Joe, the things that you were looking forward to for the most in Monster Hunter World. And I know you might not have looked at a lot of
I have very little knowledge of the upcoming Iceborne DLC. I've sort of intentionally not looked at any of it because I wanted it all to be like a surprise, I guess.
Okay. I knew that was probably going to be the case, but I just want to ask.
I also need to finish that one mission so I can hit level 50.
Okay. Well, we have basically 2 to 3 days left to do that.
So I think tomorrow is going to be my day to do that.
Yeah, you should be able to get it done. Okay, but is there anything that you can think of that even like from you not knowing the spoiler or like knowing
the
what's coming up?
Monsters seem really cool, like the ones that they've either like brought back or like the new ones they're introducing. The designs seem cool. I also like how they're like doing sort of like variants on like monsters from Monster Hunter World. Like there's like the Pukimuku or whatever, but it's like or not Pukimuku, that's a Pokemon. Oh my god.
Oh my god.
If they add a Pukimuku to the game, it's literally just a sea cucumber. What's like the chameleon one or whatever? It's like Pukilele or something like that.
Wait, Puki?
Yeah, whatever that one is. Like there's like a variant of that one where it's like instead of poison, it's like fire or something like that now, which is cool. And they have like a bunch of variants for that. So you know, like because there's like Rathalos and there's like pink Rathalos or whatever, or Rathian, and then like blue Rathalos or whatever. So they've done more stuff like that for like old monsters, which seems cool because like now like they'll feel relevant again. So that'll be cool. And like they've also changed like their elements and stuff too. So it won't just be like the same fight we're used to. So that'll be cool.
All right. So I think that is called like, I could be wrong, but that might be the master rank thing, which is like, I don't know. So that might just be like, you know how like you had low rank and high rank, and like you had the armor was different in those. Like I feel like, I don't know if that's right or not, but that might be something that has something to do with that, because I'm pretty sure they're like, I'm not going to say anything about it, but I'm pretty sure they've added just like tons more armor, even not even from like the new monsters, but they said that like this expansion was like double the base game basically,
right?
Which is kind of insane.
How much is it? Like $40?
I think it's 35, but it might be 40.
I'll have to look.
But I'm gonna preload it probably tomorrow.
Yeah, I should probably pre-order it as well.
Yeah, I'm just gonna do the on PS4 digital or whatever.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
No, that's cool. Well, I don't really want to spoil any of that, but I will say there's a few things that I am excited about that I'm gonna try not to.
I mean, I don't
spoilers
care because it's like I still have to experience it in game and stuff. So
no, I know, but I'm trying not to do too much. But basically, there's a few things that I like. One is they've added new moves to all the weapons.
Oh yeah, that'll be cool.
Which is nice because I've looked at some of them and there's some really cool ones. They're also just like randomly throwing out new monsters that are coming like every day. Like I'll see like a clip of it or something. I won't like look at it because I'm kind of the same way. Like I don't want to know what's going on like before I play. Because the funniest thing ever was like when we saw Anjanath and we were all just like, what the heck is that? And like it just like came out of nowhere.
Fire blast and one shot everyone.
Yeah, exactly. So like, I kind of want those to be a surprise too. I've seen a few of them by accident, but not like how they work or anything. But the ones I have seen look so cool. Like they just look really cool. But
one of them that I'm really interested in is, I don't know if this was like just revealed recently or it's been like known, but like it's like a monkey with like goat horns.
Yes,
that thing looks terrifying, but really fun to fight.
No,
so
I know
that'll be interesting. I haven't like seen gameplay of it or anything. I just saw like a picture on like a thumbnail. I'm like, interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I will say this, Joe.
Yes.
The variant I have accidentally seen this armor set. I have not looked at any armor sets because that's one of my favorite things.
Yeah.
But there is a variant for Oda Garin
Okay.
that you're gonna freaking love.
Okay.
Like it looks so sick.
I do
And
like me some
also,
Oda
that
Garin.
reminds me, the number one thing I'm actually excited for Monster Hunter Iceborne is the transmogs. So you're able to transmog now any piece of armor. So you can get any piece of layered armor for any set. So you don't have to like, if you want to like look cool and stuff, you don't have to like, if you think like Pukey's armor is really cool, which
Right.
I mean, I'm not saying anyone does, but I'm gonna full out go on Yagras. Like you don't have to sacrifice the stats to look like
To look
sexy.
good. Yeah.
So that's really cool. I'm actually really excited about that. And I'm also excited just for the new ranks and like basically all the new armor. And again, I don't really want to spoil anything, but a lot of the new weapon moves. And then the fact that you can clutch claw onto monsters and use your slinger with your weapons unsheathed with any weapon now, which is cool because it gives you new weapon moves. So excited about that.
Nice.
I don't know if you know anything about that.
Nope.
But yeah, I won't really explain too much then because I don't. Again, I know you said it doesn't really matter, but I just want you to experience it.
It's mostly just like the monsters. I don't want to get spoiled, you know.
Okay, well, I'll talk a little bit then, I guess, about the clutch claw. But the clutch claw is like this new thing that goes on your slinger that allows you to grapple onto monsters.
Right. I mean,
And-
I can infer that just from the name.
Okay. Well, it gives you like new moves as well from doing that, and it gives you like new combos, and you can actually turn the monster like into like walls and stuff with it. You can like basically dictate the way the monster goes, which is kind of cool because it adds more depth to certain fights. Like you can be more strategic. Oh, something happened.
Yeah,
Anyways,
don't worry about it.
okay.
I'm just playing air hockey with this M&M's lid.
Oh my gosh. But yeah, so that's kind of what that is. And then you now, Joe, can take a bath in the big hot springs in the new social area with your Palico. So that's kind of cool.
Oh yeah, dude, we get to see Fifi in all of his glory.
Oh my gosh.
Or no,
Oh yeah, and
his name's
housing.
Fifi. His name's Fifi. That's right.
Fifi, that's right. I thought it was Finch.
No, that's my cat's name.
That's what. Oh, Fifi. Yeah, you can take your shirt off. So ooh la la.
Yeah, dude.
Uh,
Is there
oh
a
my
transmog
gosh.
for being shirtless?
There might be.
Because
I
I'm
don't
gonna
know.
rock that if there is. Dude.
Oh my god. Did you put something on your chest?
No, I'm just Fifi's just a sexy beast, dude.
Fifi faux sexy.
Fifi
Okay.
Funkle.
Oh my gosh.
That's where I
yes.
got the name. Remember? Because we played
Yeah.
that, and then we're like, "Oh my god, Monster Hunter World, let's try this."
Dude, that was amazing.
I wish I do wish I like kept playing and stuff and didn't get bored of it because I would have liked to have learned at least one other weapon besides just the charge blade. And like I played the longsword, which I'm just gonna call it a katana because like it's a katana. I don't care what
It's
you
a
say.
katana, dude.
And like it can do anime moves. It's a katana, but like yeah, like I don't know. That one's cool because it's like it has like that counter dodge slash like counter attack, which is like you're invincible while you do it basically, which is cool.
Talking about the new move?
No, so on the longsword there's a move where you basically do like this backwards.
You go up in the air and slash down.
No, that's the Spirit Home Break. There's a move on the longsword's moveset where you do you basically like turn backwards, and if you get hit during that animation, not only do you not take damage, but you step forward and do like a counter attack. So it's basically like you dodge any damage and you like return damage in return.
Are you sure that's not the new move?
I'm
there's
100% sure.
Okay, because there's a new counter that they added. They added another one where you basically do like a Marth counter, and you step back, and you like hold your sword like really anime like you're literally so anime when you do this, and you like lunge forward basically and like slash through and do like it's basically another invulnerable counter.
Nice.
So it's
Yeah, I
really
might give that a
sick.
try. I don't know.
Yeah, you should
I'll
learn some
definitely
more.
Start
Dude.
with like the charge blade, but maybe like after tomorrow, whenever I hit 50, if I hit 50, if I beat the Kieran mission, I'll just like
You'll be
practice
able
the katana or whatever.
Yeah, I mean, you'll be able to, but yeah, you'll be able to learn like more weapons and everything this time around. But yeah, I mean, I'm excited. It comes out Friday, and I'm just really pumped for all these new monsters. I think the armor sets are just gonna look so good.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I would say that that's my biggest things. Now, so one of my other 3 gaming things. I have 3 gaming things to talk about.
Okay.
What?
I'm just laughing at how long it took us to talk about the first one.
It wasn't even that long.
It was like
This
10 minutes or so.
the audience loves us. No, but these aren't going to be that long.
Okay.
But one of them might be long just because
But we need a short intermission to remind you guys this podcast is also not sponsored by Yoo-Hoo. Yoo-Hoo.
Exactly. We need to make sure we say these.
They don't have catch.
We have to say it's not sponsored by Oreo and Yoo-Hoo and Bang every like 20 minutes, basically. Anyways, so I saw that they had the Spyro Reignited on Steam.
Mm-hmm.
And is that the thing that you wanted to get on PS4? Or is this something else?
Yeah. So that they basically, you know how they like remade Crash Bandicoot for like PS4, then they did Spyro. So that was just basically like, okay, it's PS4, but now it's also on PC if you wanted to play it.
Gotcha. Okay.
Right.
That's what I thought, but I wasn't sure. And I just wanted to make sure because I'm assuming you're not interested in that really anymore. But I was just curious because I know you said you really were thinking about that.
If I had it, I'd play it, but I'm not. It's not a game where I want to go out of my way to buy it and play it. Not that I don't like Spyro, because I do. It's just like, I think when it came out last year, that's when like No Man's Skies update dropped, and then like Red Dead and Monster Hunter. So like there were other games that I was more interested in than that one. So I just never ended up getting it. Also, it was like $40 too. It wasn't like some $20 like remake or anything. So
yeah, it's fair, it's $40 right now.
Yeah, I mean that's fair because it's, you know, yeah, they're just remaking old games, but they're remaking them with like quality graphics from like current gen and stuff, and it's 3 whole games basically. So
I think I played the 3rd one on PlayStation 1, but I could be wrong. I'm not sure. Was that the Year of the Dragon or whatever?
Yeah, I played that one as a kid too, and it's I'm sure I've said this before on here, but the memory card. So that's a PS1 game. They were all like PS1 games. So,
oh, that's right. The memory card thing was weird.
And like, yeah, the memory cards were, you needed like a certain type of memory card to save it on PS2 if you played on PS2. So like when I got it, I had like a $15 like Best Buy gift card or something, or maybe it was like $20 or something. So my dad took me and my sister to Best Buy. I got Spyro because I'm like, oh, that looks cool. And then like I had to get my sister something because like I still had money on the gift card. I'm like, fine, what do you want? She's like, I want this Tarzan game. So we got Tarzan for PS1, and I think I like made fun of her, like hit her or something in the car ride back, and my dad grounded me for the night, so I couldn't play. So I literally had to like watch her play Tarzan, and like she was bad. So I was like, God, no, you have to do that. Okay, you're dead. Well, that's fine, whatever. But then, so I played Spyro eventually, and then I like, you know, tried to save it, and it's like, oh, you can't save because like your memory card sucks or whatever. So I'm like, what the frick? So I had to wait a couple days for my parents to go to like back to Best Buy to get like the right type of memory card or whatever, and they got 2 of them luckily because like I think the first one ran out of space pretty quickly. So, but then I was finally able to play Spyro and Tarzan and stuff. So that was fun. I liked Year of the Dragon a lot.
Year of the Dragon. I feel like I really, really enjoyed that. I played it a lot too. I just remember the collectible things always annoyed me though.
I didn't like trying to do all the little challenges for like the eggs and stuff, but like I really liked like the secret world at the end. Because like everything you did, you just got like tons of gems and stuff. Like, you know, like normally you get maybe like, oh, here's like a little, like 200 gems or whatever. But like in like the secret world, it's like, here's like 10,000 gems for winning a race. I'm like, oh my God, look at this. Also, it has like one of the most satisfying moments in gaming of all time, which is after like 3 games of like freaking dealing with money bags, that bear who like is like, well, Spyro, I would help you, but you know, I'm feeling a little like lazy right now. So maybe if you paid me some of your gems, I'll help you out. So it's like,
I think I remember that.
So at the end, in like the final world, he's like, I'm rich now. I don't need to help you anymore. And like, you just get to like chase him down and tackle him and burn his butt, and you get all of your money back, and it's great. And it's so satisfying.
Interesting. I do not remember that.
It's
but I do remember him, I think. I remember that one area. It was like a raceway, speedway thing, and you had to like race around in like the time trial thing.
As like Spark, or not Sparks, but as Spyro.
Yeah, and you had to like get those like, I guess, gems or something. And
you had to like go through rings. You had to like burn butterflies or planes or whatever it was.
Gosh, time trials stressed me out, dude.
I enjoyed those ones. There was also like those raceway ones where like you would like run instead of fly, and like you were like super fast. Those are always fun to me.
Yeah, that's just, you know me in racing games. I get stressed. I get really stressed,
But it's not,
and that's a rate. That's really. I know, but it's like a time. It's a time trial. I don't like that. It really stresses me out. Okay, well. Anyways, so moving on, something that I thought, I didn't know if, I'm assuming you've heard of this, but so have you heard of the new Pokemon game?
Sword and Shield?
No, not
Pokemon Masters?
Yeah, Pokemon Masters.
It is on my phone, sir.
Okay, I was wondering if you downloaded it. I just downloaded it, but do you like it, and what is it? Can you explain to the audience?
I haven't played enough of it, but basically, I need to play it more.
Because I want to give you some stats once you tell the audience kind of what it is.
I've been so busy doing other things, I haven't had time to play it as much as I'd like to. But basically, it's like Pokemon Multiverse, basically. Like, every character from like the games are in here pretty much, and you're basically forming this giant team to fight in the PML, which is like the Pokemon Master League. But the thing is, your team can only consist of 3 people, and each person has like their partner Pokemon. So like, for example, you can have Brock. Like, the game gives you Brock and Misty right off the bat, which is really cool because it's Brock and Misty.
Yeah, I'm doing that right now.
And Brock has Onix, Misty has Starmie, and then you have a Pikachu. But then like you meet everyone, like all these other people. So like you meet like gym leaders and stuff. Like, I have Whitney on my team. She has Miltank, and she annoys the heck out of me because she's just a giant child.
Yeah, Whitney's annoying as hell, dude.
She's a grown adult, but she's like a baby, and it's really annoying. So you get to like, you like follow like the story mode basically, where it's like, oh, you battle these people and stuff, and like you get gems and coins and stuff, and you use the gems to unlock new partners, and you can also buy the gems with real money. There's also items for like leveling up your Pokemon, or like for teaching them new abilities or moves or whatever. So like, for example, your Pikachu starts with like Thundershock and Potion, but then you can
Thundershock and Potion. Interesting.
Yeah, so each Pokemon basically gets 2 attack moves, or I guess just like moves in general, and then you get an item, and then they have like a passive basically. So Pikachu's item is Potion, and then it learns Thunderbolt as its second attack, and then I don't know what its passive ability would be or whatever. But then like each partner has like different Pokemon, and each Pokemon has different sets. So like, for example, like Whitney's Miltank, it's like it knows Stomp, I think, and then the item is like X Defend or something like that. So you want to like sort of like choose your party based on like who you're going up against, because it'll tell you like, oh hey, this is these types are good against these enemies you're about to fight, at least in the story mode. So it's like, okay, grass and electric, okay, so they probably have like water types, so bring out Pikachu, bring out like the grass gym leaders that you have or whatever. I like to roll with my girl Rosa because she's freaking awesome. She's the female character you play in if you play Gen 5. The first Gen 5, I think. Or maybe it's the second one. I don't know. I think the second one. Anyways. But yeah, also each Pokemon only has one type now. So a Pokemon like Houndoom, which is Dark Fire, I believe, it's just Dark type. And same thing goes for like Geodude. Geodude's a Rock Ground type. It's just Rock type. So like you can actually use like Thunderbolt and stuff on it. So
okay.
Yeah, it's interesting. But I like it so far because like it's technically like turn based, but it's also real time in the sense that like
you have to like your moves charge up, so I guess you just keep
your moves charge up. So basically you have like a bar, and that bar charges up, and that bar is divided into like 5 segments, and each move costs a certain number of segments. So like Thunder Shock is 1 segment, whereas Energy Ball, which is like a grass type move, is 2 segments. And then Thunderbolt which is a stronger version of Thunder Shock, is 2 segments. So that bar charges up over time, and once you have enough segments, you can use whichever move you can pay for. But then the thing is, you can also use X speed to increase that Pokemon's, or I guess X speed all as well if you have it, to increase the recharge rate of moves. Because I believe there's like the charge rate of like the energy needed to use moves, and then there's like the cooldown of the move itself.
Okay.
But so it's like turn based in the sense that like you can press like Thunderbolt, and then like you can press like Energy Ball, and within like 2 seconds of each other, but it'll do Thunderbolt first, and then if the opponent selected a move before you selected Energy Ball, but after you selected Thunderbolt, then they'll go, and then it'll do Energy Ball. And if not, which most of the times the NPC, like the computer AI, is like pretty slow with like selecting moves, you can usually get like 2 or 3 moves
because we're
before
elite,
they
Joe.
get one.
It's because
That's true too.
Do you know what my nickname is right now?
What is it?
Pokemon Master.
Of course it is. I just did mine as Joe the Joe.
Of course.
Who's on my team right now, actually? But yeah, so like it's turn based, but it's real time. But it's also like you kind of have to wait for like the game to like catch up and stuff with like loading your energy and stuff. So it's interesting. I haven't gotten to play it enough.
Yeah, it looks fun. I mean, it seems pretty cool. I'm kind of just played through a battle. It seemed pretty cool. Yeah, I wanted your opinion because I was going to tell you some stats here in a second, but it's really pretty too, which is
the graphics are really good. It's a much larger killer on the on at least my phone's battery than Pokemon Go is though.
Oh yeah, I would assume so because it's basically like it looks like I'm playing actual Pokemon, like graphic wise.
I have 1,500 gems. Okay.
But yeah, funniest thing I saw from this article though was you don't have to go outside to play it, unlike Pokemon Go, which is kind of funny because it's like we're all lazy. But okay, here's some stats with this though, which is kind of insane. But it said that it's been downloaded more than 10 million times, according to developer and publisher DNA, which I'm assuming that's what it is. Moreover, the game has achieved the feat in just 4 days, making it the second fastest mobile game to hit that milestone behind Super Mario Run. For further context, it took Pokemon Go a full week to get to 10 million downloads.
Really? Wow, that's surprising.
Yeah.
I'm surprised Super Mario Run.
Yeah, I know, right?
Too, like that game was so boring.
I know.
And like you had to pay for most of it. Like they gave you like the first like 3 levels for free, and then the rest of it's like, okay, pay us money to unlock the rest.
It did say that Pokemon Go says, although at launch you could only officially download Pokemon Go if you lived in the U.S., Australia, and New Zealand.
Yeah, I guess that's true. It wasn't worldwide for like a few months.
Yeah, it said once Go was widely available, the game secured 1 billion downloads in less than a month. The question now becomes whether Pokemon Masters will be able to maintain its current pace and also hit the magic billion. Let's see. So basically, that article was by like Engadget or whatever, or like part of that was like by Engadget, but it does, it is going to be interesting because I think it's going to appeal to some different types of people than it will Pokemon Go, because it is more like it's very interesting take, because it's almost like playing Golden Sun or like some sort of like turn-based RPG Pokemon game with your trainers instead of your Pokemon. So it's kind of cool, like because you kind of like mix and match your team, and that's kind of interesting to me because they've never done anything like that before. That's been based around the trainers. So
what I find interesting is that like you can swap out your trainer character for someone else. So it's like, oh, this is
basically
my
your
team.
trainer's a noob or something.
Well,
basically.
So the thing is, like, I don't think you can switch Pokemon at all. Like each trainer is tied to one specific Pokemon. Now, if it's like a Pokemon that can evolve, it can evolve. Like Onyx can, I'm guessing, evolve to Steelix. But I know like Rosa, she has Snivy, and that's the Gen 5 grass starter. That can evolve all the way up to Superior. But like, so you start with a Pikachu. So I wonder if that can evolve, but also like, it's just funny to me that it's like the first thing you do is make your trainer character and stuff. It's like, okay, yeah, cool. And then it's like, okay, here's your Pikachu. It's like, all right, sweet. And it's like, well, now I'm at this point in the game where like, you know, I kind of can't use Pikachu because like I need like a stronger electric type or something, or I just don't have room for an electric type. And it's like, let me just hop off my own team and like have someone else battle for me.
Hey man, you're just playing coach, dude.
It's just weird to me because it's like all the dialogue is like, oh yeah, like you're gonna do great things, Joe. You know, I can see you being a real Pokemon master by the way you treat your Pokemon or whatever. Gosh. And it's like,
you're taking this way too serious.
And it's like, I'm not doing anything though. You guys are doing it all for me.
You're taking this way too serious.
It's just funny to me, dude.
Okay, well, that's interesting.
But yeah, so I don't know. I wonder if they'll have a way for you to like swap out your Pokemon or not, or if you're stuck with Pikachu.
Yeah, I mean, I'm assuming there's probably a way to. That would be kind of weird. That'd be kind of weird if you couldn't do that.
I don't know. But I wonder how they'll make their money. Like, obviously, there's like microtransactions in the sense that you can buy gems.
Microtransactions.
Which is like gems are, you know, the currency for pretty much everything in there. But you can get gems through like the story and stuff, so it's fine. But like, and like login bonuses. But like, besides that, and like the only two things I think gems are really used for. Finding new like partners, which I believe there's only 65 of. So like once you have them all, like there's no need to get more gems really. And then I think also buying items like the TMs or like level ups or whatever, and that's about it.
Interesting. Yeah, I guess we'll have to find out.
So I wonder how they'll update it to where like they can keep that going.
Yeah, I mean,
Pokemon Go's done a good job of that.
It's gonna be interesting. I mean, they're going to keep updating with new Pokemon trainers, I guess. Maybe they'll create their own.
Yeah, probably. They'll probably.
It's like League of Legends. There's like a new champion.
65 characters is hardly like any, if you think about it.
Yeah, it really isn't. But I guess we'll find out. But it could be like League of Legends where they all have like, they release a new champion and they get like a Pokemon with it or something. But you would think that, yeah, actually, I don't know. It's kind of... Maybe like they would update it to where you get there's one Pokemon tied to each trainer in the whole Pokemon universe, but I don't know. I don't know though. That might not be. Yeah, you're right. It could be a little.
I wonder how they'll. So there's like over 800 Pokemon. There's not. I wouldn't say there's over 800 like unique characters, but like. I wonder how they would incorporate some of those like more rare Pokemon, like legendaries. Like I don't think there's any legendaries. Like you have like pseudo legendaries, like you know you have Lance and Dragonite, you have Cynthia and her Garchomp, but you don't have like Rayquaza or anything like that, you know. So I wonder how they'll do that sort of thing.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I'm not sure. But okay, so this is the section where I want to tell everyone about a suggestion for gaming that could help you play more games and for a cheaper price. Basically, this is not sponsored by Bang. So if you don't know what this is, it's the Xbox Game Pass. Right now, there's a deal going on where you can get it for $1 a month, and after that, if you get the base one, it's $5. You can get the ultimate one for $2, which I think goes up to 15. Basically, what that does is it allows you to download games for free that are on the Game Pass that they continually upload to it, as long as you have the Game Pass. And you also get early access and like cheaper prices for like games like Gears of War 5, like Joe said, which I don't think I've ever played any of the Gears of War games. I mean, I've played them at friends' houses, but if you are a Gears fan, that's kind of cool. But like, for instance, I got to download for free Shadow of War, which is pretty sick download for free, because like I paid literally for like $5 to be able to download that. So just wanted to let you guys know about that. It will help you play a lot of different games, and there's a lot of games on there to play. So you guys should totally check that out. And yeah, that's my little suggestion for the week. Joe, so you should download that and use my advice.
Yeah, let me just do that with the Xbox that I have.
No, you can do it on your PC. That's what I mean. You do it on your PC, so you don't have to have an Xbox to do that. I should have clarified that. So it downloads this Xbox app, and you can download all these games on your PC. So like I have Shadow of War on PC, which is normally I think like $30. So that's pretty sick. But yeah, so that's my suggestion for the week. And then 2 quick gaming blurbs or news real quick, which I found kind of interesting before we get to talking about movies and entertainment. One is I just read an article where developers said that, so you know Cyberpunk, Joe? Mm-hmm. Cyberpunk 76 or 2077?
77.
Yeah, sorry, Fallout 76. So I just read a thing that said that there is going to probably be almost no third person in Cyberpunk. They're taking it out apparently.
Interesting.
So there's like no third person cutscenes with like your character. Apparently you can still see your character in like the screen, like the menu. But some people said that they're like not buying the game now because they want to see their character, I guess, in like the cutscenes and stuff. So I found that interesting because I'm wondering what Trevor would think about that, because he's bought like the game and all like the developers like dinner basically, because he just bought like a new graphics card, like
right.
everything. So basically like he's so excited. So I'm wondering what he thinks about that, because I found that very interesting. Like I don't know why they would take that out. I don't know if there's like an advantage to do that. Like, it doesn't make any sense to me. I don't know do you know why they would do that?
Not really. I mean,
because that sounds kind of dumb.
I mean, yeah, I don't know. I mean,
someone said it might make it more immersive if it's just first person, but it's like I thought the whole point was like you're supposed to see who you are, basically.
I don't know. I mean, like, I doubt it's for anything like super technical, like, oh, we need more space or something, because like it's literally just a camera angle. But I don't know, maybe there's something that is technical, like that they just can't figure out. Like maybe there's a certain like cutscene or like in a boss fight or something where like third person just doesn't work. I don't know.
Okay, I was just curious because I
mean,
thought
is that like validated by anything, or is it just like a rumor?
No, I'm pretty sure it's validated. I'm pretty sure a developer said it. I read it on the interwebs. So everything's real on the interwebs. No, really, it was actually from a credible source. I'm almost positive, because it was like a major account on Twitter that I follow for gaming. So, like, that's what. There's been like some backlash from it, so I just didn't know if you've heard that or anything. So
no.
Okay, well, that is something that I'm interested to see the development of, and I'm gonna see how Trevor. I'm gonna give you guys an update on our friend, see what he thought about that, because he again has basically bought the whole studio. So, But other little tiny thing that I saw, speaking of Gears of War 5, you can play as Dave Bautista in Gears of War 5, which is hilarious because that means you get to play as Drax. If you haven't seen Guardians of the Galaxy, you won't know who Drax is. I'm sorry. He's the best character in Guardians of the Galaxy, so you haven't been able to witness that greatness. But I think that's hilarious, and that'd be hilarious if they somehow made it like a Drax skin in Gears of War, because he's so funny, dude. I love him in Guardians, but just wanted to tell people that. Didn't know if you saw that, Joe. Seems like you did.
Nope.
Okay. Seems like you didn't. But anyways, time to get on to some juicy movie stuff, and we're going to be focusing on the world of DC here, except for a very small smidgen of Marvel. But I wanted to get because I actually just watched it this past weekend.
Okay.
But have you seen the Joker movie trailer? And
Yes.
if you have, what is your thoughts on this movie? Do you think it's going to be good?
I mean, I hope so, but it looks more like a
Looks like an origin movie.
It
but
looks so like it's an origin movie,
like a
but it looks
prequel
less,
almost.
It looks less like a supervillain origins of like the Joker, and more of like a case study of the Joker and how he came to be.
Yeah, that is true.
Kind of disappoints me a bit. I'm sure like the writing and stuff will be, well, maybe not the writing, but like the acting will be good, because I mean, I haven't seen any movies with Joaquin Phoenix or whatever his name is.
He's a good actor.
I know he's a good actor, so like that's what people have said. So like I'm not too worried about like his performance, I guess. But I don't know. Just from what I've seen, like it seems it doesn't seem like the Joker movie I would hope for. But I don't know. So we'll see.
Yeah, so for me, Joaquin Phoenix was amazing in Gladiator. He's the bad guy in Gladiator. He's like a perfect evil character because he looks evil already. So, like, I'm sorry, Joaquin Phoenix, you just kind of look evil. But yeah, it seemed like in the trailer, it's like his early stages, and like he gets made fun of and all that stuff, and then he becomes like a comedian, and then it shows like a little bit of like his uprising and like him having like a gang kind of. But it seems like a really, really far back prequel of like who he is, kind of. Like it doesn't look like there's gonna be any sort of like crazy superhero stuff in there either. Like I don't think there'll be any like Batman or anything like that. I don't think there'll be any like Gordon or anything like that. But I don't know either. I don't know how I like the makeup scheme of it.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of his like face paint either.
Like,
he looks too much like a clown and not like the Joker.
Right. So that's what I think too. And it almost looks out of place. Like it almost looks like he needs to be in a movie in like the 80s with like that face paint. Cuz like, to be honest, like I saw a meme that said it had the what's his name? Jack Nicklaus Joker, and it was like back in the 80s, Joker was formed through dumped in a chemical like waste pit, and it's like the Joker in 2019 formed by thrown into society, because basically like this Joker is just formed from just being thrown into society in 2019. Like people just make fun of him, and like that's how like he becomes the Joker almost like. Yeah. And it's like it's supposed to be kind of funny because like that's kind of how society is right now. But I also saw an article about like how there's a lot of lessons that we can learn about the Joker and like mass shootings, which like apparently like I guess they're talking about like people getting bullied or something might become the Joker or something. Like I don't know. It's a very interesting read, but I don't like the face paint, and I don't really like the costume scheme or whatever of it. I think Joaquin Phoenix is going to be good as an actor, and it might actually be like a really good movie. I don't even know when it comes out. I think it's pretty soon, actually.
Yeah.
But I just, dude, it's just so hard to beat like Heath Ledger's Joker. Like that's the Joker that I imagine when I think of the Joker. Like I know in the Batman games, like the most recent ones, that Joker's really good too because I know it's Mark Hamill and like I know he looks more of like the cartoon Joker. But that one is that one's like the one that I either when I think of the Joker, I think of that one or I think of like the one like Heath Ledger. And it's just like, dude, it's so hard to like beat that. And like the Suicide Squad one was terrible. Like that one wasn't good. So I don't know. Like that's kind of my thoughts on it. But I was curious to see if you'd want to go see it or not. Like I was curious if you're gonna go see it.
Yeah, I probably will. What's also kind of funny though, let me see if I can find it. Let's see, was it? I don't remember where I saw it, but what's cool is this doesn't have to do with the Joker, but Kevin Conroy, who's known for the voice of Batman, he's going to be playing like an old Bruce Wayne in one of the upcoming CW shows or like the crossover or something.
Huh.
So that'll be cool to see.
That is
like,
cool.
I've been thinking this for years. Like, instead of doing what they did with like Ben Affleck and like Batman v Superman or whatever, because that's technically supposed to be when like Batman's really old and stuff. They should just freaking do like, they should take
a show.
They should take Kevin Conroy, have him buff up a little bit because he's kind of a skinny dude. Get Mark Hamill and just make a live action version of those two playing Batman and Joker doing that storyline. Like that would be like easy, like billions of dollars, I think.
Dude, honestly, they should do like a show though. Like I had a discussion with some people that like basically that cartoon like with like you know the one like in the 90s, I don't even know if that was Mark Hamill, but the one in like the 90s with like, you know, that has a lot of memes and stuff, but do you remember watching that one? It was like Batman Beyond.
The animated series?
Yeah, the animated series one or whatever.
Yeah.
Dude, that show is so good. Like, and I know it's like animated, but like they were like savage in that show. Like I've seen like clips and stuff again from that.
It's a dark show.
Yeah, it's awesome though. Like, and if they made like a live action show, that would make so much money. And you could do that. Like you could do like the Mark Hamill thing too. Like you could somehow like incorporate him in there somehow or like, you know, eventually. But like I just, dude, like that's what I wish they would do because they've been making all of these little spin-off kind of things. Like Batman vs Superman is just terrible. Like I don't like Ben Affleck as a Batman. Like Suicide Squad is terrible. Like that, you know, what is his name? Freaking, oh my gosh.
Jared Leto.
Yeah, Jared Leto. I mean, like, feel bad for the dude. Like, he didn't really get a lot of screen time. Like, that was terrible. Like,
yeah, I don't think he was very good though.
No, I mean, I don't either. But I'm just saying, like, you know, like, just it wasn't very good in general. But and then you got this one coming out, and it's like a whole new thing, which kind of leads to the next thing I was talking about. Because I don't know if you saw this, but Robert Pattinson is supposed to play the next Batman.
Yeah, that'll be interesting.
Because I don't know if you saw that, but I am infuriated about that.
I think I have no opinion on that. Like I don't.
You would if you've seen the Twilight series, which I have,
mean, like,
and I feel really terrible about.
I haven't, so I feel like he'll be a good Bruce Wayne, but not a good Batman.
Dude, I know, but it's like, dude, what? It's like, who is casting these people? Like, I don't know. Christian Bale, it was the best Batman cast. Like, besides like all the older Batmans that we all love, but
yeah,
like
George Clooney.
Yeah, like no, or like Kevin Conroy and all that stuff. But like Robert Pattinson, like you got to be kidding me. Like, is there anyone else that could have played him? And it's like gosh, I don't even know, man. Like I mean, he might be good. I don't know, but he's supposed to be. I guess they're thinking about doing a crossover with this new Joker, with the Robert Pattinson Batman. But I also saw something that said that he's taking over Ben Affleck's role. So I don't know if he's going to be like the new Batman in.
Well, yeah, Ben Affleck isn't Batman anymore.
So like, is he going to be the new Batman in like if they make more like in the same like Wonder Woman universe and all that? Like,
probably not.
Okay, so like but dude, I don't know, man. Like, they've made so many little things. Like the Dark Knight trilogy was great, but I wish they could make this stuff into a show. Because like Gotham is a show on Netflix. I love that show. Mm-hmm. That show's great, and they have
ended too. I think.
What'd you say?
I think it ended too.
Okay, I've gotten to like the second season, I think, but like that show's great. I liked Arrow. Like I know Arrow kind of. No spoilers or anything, but like
right.
I know Arrow probably kind of dipped off a little bit. Flash was good and stuff per your opinion. I haven't really watched it, but like they have all these shows on like CW and all this other stuff, and it's like I don't understand why they can't just make a Batman multiverse show. Like I think it would, dude. Everyone now with like all the comic stuff being like so. Like and nerd stuff being so popular with like Marvel and like Game of Thrones, like just all these like nerdy kind of shows, like and like violent shows and all this stuff. Like I feel like that would just absolutely take off. And I don't know if it's like a licensing thing. I don't know. Like
I don't know.
I'm not really sure why they don't do that.
So I do know CW is doing a Batwoman TV show.
Why?
The Batwoman character is pretty cool though, but they can't do Batman because there's the movie Batman and stuff.
So there's like a licensing.
Gotham. It's not licensing, like it's all owned by like Warner Brothers and stuff. But it's just like you want to have the Gotham Batman, who he's just Bruce Wayne technically, but like I'm sure by the end of it, like the last season, he's Batman or whatever. Then you want to have a CW Batman, and then you want to have the movie Batman. Like that's 3 different Batmen to keep track of, and like people who aren't like comic savvy would be so confused, and that's a lot of people. So rather than like confusing people and losing money because they're like, why do I need to see like this other Batman or something like that, they'd rather just try to keep it like to like one Batman basically.
Yeah,
so that's why they haven't had Batman in like Arrow or Flash or anything like that, and that's why they're doing Batwoman instead, because no one's using Batwoman. They've made jabs at like, you know, that he exists, like, oh, like Gotham City is a thing, and like when Felicity wanted her own, like in Arrow, Felicity wanted her own nickname because you had like Green Arrow and like Spartan and stuff. She's like, I want a nickname or a code name or whatever. So he came up with Overwatch as hers, and he makes the joke of like, I was gonna call you Oracle, but that one was already taken because that's Barbara Gordon's superhero name when she gets paralyzed by the Joker. But anyways, yeah, so it's not licensing, it's just like they don't want there to be like 3 different continuities of Batman going on at the same time. So
yeah, I mean,
what they need to do, so this is where CW screwed up. I think they made that show Black Lightning, which I tried to watch. I did not care for it at all. I think his costume looks stupid, and like
rude.
The story was kind of cool because it's like it deals with like gangs and stuff like that, but like him as like a hero or even just like a character, I just didn't care for. Instead, they should have done Static Shock. That would have been dope. And then, I mean, I'm sure Batwoman will be awesome, but they could also do Batman Beyond. I think that would be dope as like live action.
Is that like was that like the cartoon?
Yeah, that's like the future one.
Yeah, I liked that one. That was cool.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying, dude. That's what I'm saying. They need to like decide though, because Gotham isn't. That's like, I get what you're saying with like the multiple Batmans and stuff, but I think anyone like I think people need to realize like movie Batmans and show Batmans are going to be a little different. And so like, I think they either need to get one main movie Batman kind of down pat for a couple years. So whether that be like,
they can't though.
No, I know they just haven't been able to, but like they need to figure that out. And then they need to have one show Batman kind of to where like, they have that aspect. But the thing is like Gotham's not even really about Batman, so it's like that shouldn't even count as a Batman, like, because it's supposed to be about Gordon and like, the precursor to Batman. And that's why I was like hoping like maybe Gotham was going to be like a prequel to like a Batman show. Because dude, it's kind of insane to me. Like, and like, think about it. Like and I know that like Arrow was like I think it was like technically like the least popular DC character, and it became a very popular show. Like the Green Arrow, I think was rated like one of the least popular characters, right? But it's like they keep making all of these characters like Black Lightning and like all these like other. They keep making all these shows about these characters that are just like not even that prominent in a sense. Like they like Supergirl's like interesting, I guess, and like Flash is pretty big, right? Flash is probably like the biggest character they've made as a show, but it's like I don't understand why they keep wasting resources on those shows when literally like Batman is one of the most popular superheroes. Like so many people love Batman. Like if they just called the show Batman, like it, dude, and they could just dump so many resources into that. Like it doesn't even have to be on CW. Like they could own the licensing, I guess, but they could put it on like Netflix or whatever. Like, but like, dude, I just think it would be so successful because it's so popular. Like everyone loves Batman, and it's just like, oh, here comes another show, Super Arrow. Like who the hell is Super Arrow? Like it's like, dude, I don't even know who Black Lightning is. I don't even know what that is.
Neither do I.
Like that's what I'm saying. Like it doesn't make any sense. Like it's like a gold mine. Like, so there's got to be some like sort of licensing thing, or like someone made a deal. It's like, hey, we want you to make.
It's just the executives of like DC and Warner Brothers.
Well, dude, they are smoking some crack up there, dude, because they do not know how to make. They do not know how to make movies, and then when it comes to shows, it's like, all right, so what's the most popular show we have? Batman. All right, let's do Black Lightning. It's like what? Like it. I don't know. I don't understand it, dude. That's my rant for the show. But I would love that. Gosh, it would be so good, man. Because there's just so much depth in that universe. Like, that's the only thing DC has going for it is Batman. Like, in my opinion. Like, they have so many great options they can go. Like, I always look at those games that you play, like Batman Arkham Asylum, all those games. Those games are a great representation of how much content you could have in a show. Like there's so many villains, and there's like so many like avenues for like story arcs, and like dude, it would just be awesome. I don't know. That's just my opinion. But you are a very avid fan of Batman, so that's why I wanted to ask you.
Yeah, I mean, Batman and Spider-Man have like the best rogues galleries in DC and Marvel, respectively.
The best what?
Rogues gallery.
What does that mean?
Like all of their villains that they fight. It's like called a rogues gallery. So like, Superman has like Lex Luthor, Brainiac, blah, blah, blah. Batman has like Joker, Two-Face, Bane, and so on, Spider-Man has like Doc Ock, Green Goblin, Hobgoblin, Sandman, so on. It's called a rogues gallery. So
you're saying they have like the biggest one and like the best one?
They have like the best ones, Batman and Spider-Man.
Gotcha.
Because like their enemies are so colorful and like widely varied and stuff. So it's like none of them are like the same, and like they're all good characters as well. So it's not like
no, it makes a lot of sense. That's a good point, actually. Because if you think of like who's like Iron Man's rogues gallery, it's like you got like the dude with like the whip, like the machine whip, and
Whiplash. You have Ironmonger. You have the Mandarin, and that's all I know.
That's really that's really it. It's like,
but I don't know Iron Man either, so like he might have some other ones, but I don't know. I mean, I guess I only like Thanos, but Thanos is like everyone's enemy, so it doesn't really count.
That's what I'm saying. Like it's just. That's a good point, though. That's what I'm saying, man. Like, I don't know. But
they had a good Iron Man show, like, after, like, the first two movies aired. That was on Cartoon Network. Iron Man Armored Adventures. I like that. That one was pretty good. They had the Mandarin as, like, the main bad guy, but, like... So, the thing with that show, it only got 2 seasons, sadly. But, like, it was cool because, like, they would show, like, he starts off with like the base Iron Man suit, but then he like builds different ones. So like he makes like one that's like resistant to like the cold, and it's like it's white instead of red, and then still has like the yellow, which is cool. And then he has one for like going into space, which is like black instead of red, still with the yellow. It's really cool. So like it had like it showed like all these different armors, and like it wasn't just like, oh my god, look at all my Iron Man armors. Like each one had like a purpose, which is cool. But like the Mandarin was the main bad guy, and the Mandarin's usually like this older dude, but in the show, and I'm sure like it's been done in the comics before, which is what they probably base it off of. But in the show, he was like a high schooler basically, Tony and Pepper and Happy, and then they went to high school with the Mandarin's grandson, who was like also their friend, but they didn't know that like he was like the Mandarin's grandson. And then the grandson like took over, like he like tricked his grandfather and like took over the powers of the Mandarin, and like locked him in like a cell or whatever.
Interesting.
So then he became the Mandarin. So like by day, like they're all like friends, buddy. They don't really know about like each other's like secret identities or whatever. And then like by like night or whatever, you know, they're like fighting his mortal enemies and stuff. And it was really cool, but sadly only got like 2 seasons and stuff. But that was another good show. But yeah.
Yeah, that is cool.
Batman and Spider-Man. Can't wait for Spider-Man 2 whenever that comes out on PS5.
Yeah, that'd be cool. All right. Well, that was a good little talk there about Batman and me ranting. But
and I mean, a good talk about not Batman because there's no show.
I know. Oh gosh.
I don't care too much about that because like we get movies and crap. It's fine, whatever. And like Green Arrow is basically Batman. He's just green and has a bow and arrow instead.
I know.
Like
I just think it would be so character. Awesome, dude.
But like my biggest gripe is like, who the frick? I've never heard of Black Lightning before the show. And I'm like, who the frick is this? And then like they do that instead of Static Shock. Like really? And then like I watched like the first like 2 or 3 episodes maybe, and I think it only had like 12 episodes in the season. I didn't even make it that far. So like I watched that Emergency Awesome YouTube channel after like the last one aired. Like he does like, you know, breakdowns of each episode and all that. So after the last episode ended, he did like a breakdown of it and stuff, and like he had like Static Shock in like the title of the video. I'm like, oh frick, it's like Static Shock like in the thing, and like they didn't tease anything about Static Shock. He was just talking about like the possibility of like maybe they'll add a Static Shock to the cast for season 2 or something like that. But it's not like, oh yeah, the season finale, you know, this kid gets electric powers and now he's gonna become Static Shock. I was so disappointed. They let me down again. Like I'm done with that show. So yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah, it's just not my cup of tea.
Yeah. Well,
God, that show was so good. Static Shock. Anyways.
Well, Joe got raged there a little bit, but anyways, yeah, so that's going to be the end of episode 32 today, guys and gals. So I hope you all enjoyed it. Let us know in the comments what you guys think of the stuff we talked about, you know, Batman, the Joker trailer. If you're going to play Monster Hunter, let us know what you're excited about. Let us know if you've downloaded Pokemon Masters as well. If you ever want to watch Joe or I play games, you can watch Joe right now on Twitch at Joe the Joe. Basically, you just need to know that. Just type twitch.tv/Joe the Joe. He streams usually Monday, Wednesday, Friday, but you're streaming on Thursday this week?
No, it's Monday, Thursday, Friday.
Oh, so you're not streaming Wednesdays now?
Nope.
Okay. Is that because of something else, IRL?
Well, before I would have softball on Wednesdays, and then I just decided to keep the schedule even though softball's over.
Okay. Monday, Thursday, Friday then for him. And then I stream on twitch.tv/Probably Got This, and that should be kicking up next week starting Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday. And I'll be streaming Monster Hunter World and various other games, and Joe streams various other games too. And then make sure, again, to follow us on Twitter at Lagged Out Show and Joe's Twitter at JoeTheJoe99, right?
No, Joe the Joe 3, I think? Or no, Joe the Joe 9, I think.
Okay, I thought there was a 9 in there.
Yeah, Joe the Joe 9.
But with that, Joe, anything else you need to say?
Yeah, make sure to tweet out at Oreo so they can sponsor us.
Oh, that's
Be like,
right.
Yo, hook up the Lagged Out crew. They're awesome. Hit that sponsorship button. I don't know.
The sponsorship button.
Bring that bell, all that stuff.
Oh my gosh.
And
Yeah, hit that Oreo button so we'll get Oreo stuffed in our mouth. And double stuff. Yep, triple stuff, quadruple stuff.
No.
Okay, anyways.
Just double.
Well,
Double's I've had many different types of Oreos. Double stuff is the best ratio.
okay, Joe is the Oreo connoisseur. So,
Yeah.
anyways, thanks again, guys.
Oreo oracle.
And exactly. And we will see you guys next week on the Lagged Out Show. Bye, everyone.